we replicate the actual particular technology that's used in the studio. We used exactly the same stuff so that we get as close as possible to the end product, which is on the record.
Most of these old pedals up here, the Stompbox's Edge used back in the old albums, Joshua and Boy and stuff. This is used on the All You Can't Leave Behind album. This is a compressor, he uses that on the slide parts. This came out of nowhere, this Japanese distortion thing. Offensive seems to be the way to go with Edge.
Affectionately known as the Edge Orchestra for years. When he plays his guitar, it's the guitar sound in whole that I actually get.
Edge will not use noise gates. Even though there's all this sound, this noisy sound when he's not playing, he believes what's coming through when he is playing is worth it. Other guitarists that I work for, they would say they don't want all this stuff. But with this band, with 4 of them playing, he's the only guitarist. You can hear when he has a 12-string on or when he's using this effect.
24-inch bass drum, 2 16-inch floors and a 14-inch rack. And we use this special Brady snare drum, which is an Australian drum. It's only 12 by 7. Great whack off at that.
These are the controllers, the computer controllers for the system. This is all direct access, or you can make presets. This will be like perhaps the main riff in the song. This will be maybe the guitar solo. This will be the outro. I run this sometimes for him when he's away from his pedal board or when he doesn't want to have to think about switching sound.
We've got 2 monitor engineers with 2 monitor consoles, one for Bono and Edge and a monitor console for Adam and Larry.
If the guys need something extra in their monitors, then the individual techs watch their man all the time, relay the message to the monitor guys.
The location of the monitors on this particular tour is very bizarre. It's in Underworld and it's like being in a bunker at the very, very back of the stage. This is effectively known as Monitor Beach. You can't see anything back there, so we rely on closed-circuit television.
Yeah, this is still his main old 1964 AC-30. This is an 82. This used to belong to Bono, and when Bono's not real happy with his sounds, sometimes, but he's a different man now. It's another tour, but he used to take it out on his amps. But Edge isn't one, as you can see, cosmetically to update things. He likes to keep them old. He's running almost all his sounds through 1 or 2 amplifiers here, and he's playing the amplifiers at a lower level and making the effects at a hotter level.
This particular console is it's a state-of-the-art sound reinforcement specific console. It's developed as the years have gone by, particularly in the automation. We've rehearsed about 48 song titles, and all of those would be on the computer and instantly recallable. As you can see, the fader movements happen as you go along for various other songs. It is very much a starting position and a starting position only, but it's down to the human ear at the end of the day to make it sound perfect.
I haven't sold the seats at the back right here, so that'll make a huge difference on stage sound, because they normally have pay right up at the back and that would slap back onto the stage. It's actually much better for us when these drapes are in.
Check 1, 2.
We have a structure within the context of a mix in place, and some buildings will respond accordingly, other buildings will be much more difficult. You've got like plastic seats, which is a very reflective surface. You've got a concrete floor again, which is a very reflective surface, but you can't remove all of the frequencies because when the people come in, they have this like an automatic dampening type of effect. If a studio engineer came in, it would be an oh my god type situation, as in he would probably lose his mind in seconds. Sonically, I would consider this to be the best that we have possibly achieved to date. The 4 guys up on the stage are playing exceptionally well, and the system is responding accordingly.
Watching Joe O'Hurley, the sound designer, talking about his mixing console. It's called a Midas XL4. It's actually a German console, and it doesn't just mix for playback. It's a full recording system. And at every U2 sound check, Joe will go ahead and record and then burn a CD. And that's the way U2 is going to make their next album. They'll use these as demos. How'd you like to have that in your collection? When our special edition of U2 Wired for Sound continues, it's showtime. Audio File will be right back.